on the Chef You and I with Cassie Ganderman and Kathryn Raaker.
All right, and Cassie, we just poured the olive oil into our pan, which is on a medium heat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our onions, okay?
Which is going to be grilled.
Right, and we're going to add our celery that's chopped up. And we're going to add our carrots, right? Now this is really pretty. Don't you love this? Now what we're going to do is we're going to get these tender.
Stir it up.
And we're stirring it up. So you'd have your mommy do this part, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing this.
If your grandma's here and you're doing a cooking show, ask your mom to do all the fire or heat things.
Right.
And you can do the rest.
And so you're hearing it. Can you hear it popping? Right?
Popping.
And so it's going to get really nice in just a few seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add all the other ingredients in it, right?
Yeah, but if you leave the stove, the smoke alarm,
What?
Smoke alarm will go off.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We're not going to let it get real high, okay?
Yeah.
But you have to be careful in the kitchen. Why?
Because you might burn yourself near your kid.
Yeah, so if you're a little kid. Okay, so now Cassie, look at this. This is almost done. See, you can see how beautiful it looks, right? All right, you can see how beautiful it looks. Look into there. See how nice it looks? Whoa.
Beautiful.
Now what we're going to do is, now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, the tomatoes and all the other wonderful things. And so we'll just take a little break here and I'll add
We'll be back on the Chef You and I.
All right, now I've added the chicken broth and you're handing me that, right? Okay, let me have it so I can add the tomatoes to it, right?
Ew, that looks disgusting.
That looks beautiful.
It looks disgusting.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like blood.
It looks like tomato soup, right?
Yeah.
And then we're
I didn't
gonna,
mean to say that.
And then what we're going to add is we're going to also add the basil and the sugar. You want to hand me the sugar? And I'll put the basil in, right? Hand me the sugar. Okay. And now we have to add the lemon juice, which is right here. Now you can see it, right, Cassie?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Wait, is that at the end of the ingredients?
It looks gorgeous. Now this is your tomato soup. And you know what we're going to do with it? We're going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to put it in the blender. That's going to be so cool, right? And then we're going to have it with our crackers, our apple, and our little cookies, right?
But how do we make those cookies?
It looks really good, actually. It smells delicious.
We're back on the Chef You and I with Grandma Kathy and Cassie Gunderman.
And you know, now we finished cooking our beautiful tomato soup right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to blend this with a blender so that it's not a lot of vegetables and stuff. You want to make sure that everything is done properly and it's cooked for 20 minutes. And then it'll actually be very beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're turning it off and I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to go over to the blender and I'm going to blend it into the blender and then we'll put it into the bowls and we'll try it, okay?
Yeah, we're back on the Chef You and I with Grandma Kathy and Cassie Gunderman.
Now, you know, Cassie, we did this beautiful soup and it's really hot. So what should you tell the kids at home?
Do not touch it.
Right, do not touch it. And you stand back so Grandma can turn it on because guess what happens? Unfortunately, it makes a lot of noise, right? And it is done. So we're done doing it. And so now we're going to put it into a serving dish, okay? But first I have to get a paper towel. So hold on. Don't touch anything. All right? And you got to have your mommy help you do this or your grandma, right? Or your daddy. Because see what happens is sometimes when you're doing things with liquid and a blender, they can come out, right? So what's Grandma going to do? She's going to pour it into a serving bowl that I have right here, right?
You're funny, Grandma.
I'm funny? Okay. Now, it's really hot, so let's put this in here. I'm not going to touch that. Okay? And then I'm going to pour it into this beautiful serving bowl that your mommy gave us, right? Okay, so there it is. And it's really, really, really hot. Okay?
And it smells good, too.
And it smells great, doesn't it? Okay, we don't want anybody to get burned, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that on there. So now you can see it, how beautiful it is. You can see the carrots and you can see the basil and everything, right? So now we're going to put it in a serving bowl. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a short break. We're going to take a short break.
And we're going to be back on the Chef You and I, Grandma, Kathy, and Cassie Gunderman.
Okay, let's move over.
We're back on the Chef You and I, Grandma, Kathy, and Cassie Gunderman.
And you know, Cassie, now what we're going to do, since our soup is done, I'm going to pour this into the ladles, and I want you to put the crackers and the wonderful apple on the plate so that the kids can see it. Right? So here we go. All right.
And it says Cheez-Its.
Okay, and so we're going to do this right here, right there. No. So put your Cheez-Its right here, and then you can put your apple there, right? Okay, that looks good, doesn't it? Put some over on the other side. No, you can't move it. You can't move it, but we can turn it. You can turn it over here, all right? And now put the apple on. Put the apple on to the plate so that the kids can see it. And then I'll pour some soup into my bowl, right? So, and this is really beautiful. It turned out so nice, didn't it? I bet it's just wonderful. Where are you going?
To get my new utensils.
Oh, you have to get another spoon for yourself. Okay. All right, so that's enough, right? Okay, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna have this beautiful soup, and then we're gonna make our next wonderful recipe, which is cookies, right? So, what do we say? We'll be right back.
We'll be right back on the Chef You and I.
With who?
Grandma Kathy and Cassie Gunderman.
We'll be right back.